Yeah, you can start, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry for the interruption, friends. I was telling that entrepreneurship development through community farming and collective marketing. Initially, I was just I told you about the entrepreneurship. What does it mean? And then now we were here. Uh, Ways for entrepreneurship development in farming community or in the field of agriculture. So, entrepreneurship development is basically the process of improving the skill as well as the knowledge. Creativity is the root of entrepreneurship. Creativity is the ability to see things differently and to provide solutions where there are gaps. To build your creativity skills intentionally, try something new, do something that others won't do. Start a business, you don't learn to walk by following rules. In fact, this is very important. In case of entrepreneurship, you should not follow the traditional path, safer path. You should take calculated risk. You learn by doing and falling over on the way. Stick with challenges. This is also an important point. To build perseverance, create a goal or challenge that is meaningful. Entrepreneurship in agriculture and allied vocations. There are four major factors in agriculture and allied business. Firstly, production. Our 95%, more than 90% farmers are involved in this only production. Production of crops, production of vegetables, production of fruits, like that. Then processing, then value addition, then marketing, market linkage. When the so in most of the cases, we see and realize that in the value chain of producer to consumer, several stakeholders are involved. When the farmers produce the crops or grains, vegetables, fruits, then he goes to the mandi, then from mandi or from wholesaler, retail agent, then ultimately the wholesaler, retailer, then it reaches to end consumer. Out of all chain partners, farmer, the producer, suffers a loss in most of the cases. This is the matter of concern for we all, for governments. Why? Rate of almost all perishable commodities produced by our farmers is doubled when it reaches to end consumers, as you are aware, in case of especially fruits and vegetables. So, what is the situation and the way out? In India, more than 80% farmers are of small and marginal category and resource poor. Fighting the natural calamities and situation based problems in agriculture, in their farming, it becomes difficult for a poor farmer to survive and harvest profit from his sole farming, means production, I am telling. Situation is more serious, it becomes more serious in remote tribal areas of the country, like in some parts of Chhattisgarh, in Bastar and northern hills of Chhattisgarh, in northeast. Without direct as well as indirect support, farmers can't survive. So the one and only one way to combat the multiple problems in agriculture is community farming and collective marketing. Because as we all know that five fingers, they are mighty. So what community farming is? In fact, this is not the new concept for India. In several parts of country, I think farmers, they are since beginning, they were using, helping one another when like that in case of the job or the necessity of the job, they were helpful for one another. It consists, so what community farming consists of a group of small and marginal farmers and landless poor in a village who work together to utilize the cultivable wasteland or underutilized lands to earn their livelihoods. In this concept, which is practiced in Kanker and Bastar districts of Chhattisgarh successfully, these models are being practiced. The small and marginal farmers share common resources. They go for resource development jointly, collectively, like fencing, watch and ward, irrigation, marketing, transporting, purchase of required inputs in bulk after bargaining in comparatively cheaper rates. When they produce in bulk or collectively, they are in a position to bargain for rates from the buyers. This is an ideal concept for resource poor farmers, particularly for remote areas. In fact, by production in bulk quantities, buyers, wholesalers reach the production sites or fields itself for purchasing the produce, saving the transporting cost. Farmers fetch more income by selling their produce. Farmers can buy pickups or transporting vans, transporting vehicles jointly for common or individual use, minimizing the operational costs. It saves the input and operational cost as well as gives more returns due to comparatively higher price. I am going to share with you some successful models of innovative community farming and collective marketing practiced in difficult areas of Chhattisgarh. As you all are aware, I think you would be knowing that Chhattisgarh is infested from red carpet or some other social problems. So in northern part of Chhattisgarh and in Bastar Plateau, where southern part of Chhattisgarh, both ends of Chhattisgarh, they are suffering from that problem also. In those areas that community farming models or collective marketing models, they did excellent work, and the farmers are getting benefited by these practices. So I would share three models. Changro Jiraful model. This model was practiced. This was started and flourished in northern hills of Chhattisgarh in Balrampur district, which is adjoining to Uttar Pradesh and that Jharkhand. Peer production and collective marketing. It was also done in northern hills of Chhattisgarh, and another marigold farming. This is also being practiced in the Surajpur district of Chhattisgarh. Firstly, the Changro Jiraful. As it is visible in the picture that this is a luxurious crop. In fact, the Changro is the name of village, and the variety of Jiraful, this scented variety of rice, this is named as Jiraful. So farmers say this as Changro Jiraful, and I feel happy to share with you that Chhattisgarh has got first GI, geographical indicator, for this Jiraful. This is the first, and it is in the name of our farmer group in Balrampur district of Chhattisgarh. So what farmers were doing in this Jiraful and how they are getting benefited by this collective farming or community farming and collective marketing. In fact, the story is like this. Earlier, when in the year till 2012, farmers were selling unmilled rice, unmilled the scented rice at the price of rupees 16 to 18, 19 up to 20 maximum. Unmilled rice, because they were not having milling facility. And since the variety is this is I think clear from this name Jiraful, the small seeded variety, scented variety. Jeera means cumin. It is the small seed like cumin. So this variety, farmers they don't eat the scented rice. In fact, the tribal farmers, they eat coarse rice. They don't eat fine rice. This is not in their it is not in their food habit. But since in fact that land topography is that is Bahra. This is, I think, flowing water around the year. This is lowland situation. In this situation, only scented varieties can be grown. Farmers were growing this variety for decades, for 100 years, but they were not able to get profit. They were selling at the cost of rupees, as I tell that 19 to 23 rupees per kg to traders, local middlemen. And middlemen, they were purchasing the unmilled rice from the farmers, and after milling, processing, they sell in the market at the rate of rupees 50 per kg. When with 67% recovery of rice, the production cost of 1 kg milled rice, it comes to 29 to 32 to the farmers. But I am telling that when the milled rice, packed rice, processed rice, it reaches to the consumer and consumer pay the price of rupees 50, out of that 50 rupees, only 30 rupees reaches to the farmer. Remaining 20 rupees, it goes to the millers, traders in the middleman, wholesaler, retailers, etc. So what Indira Gandhi Agriculture University, that KVK, when that KVK was started, and with the help of the district administration, we started the making self-help group and that community farm. And from that Naxal LWP, that was the scheme for Naxal affected areas, a small mini rice mill was provided to the farmers. And we encouraged them for the processing of unmilled rice itself, and after processing, packaging and market linkage, marketing was also market linkage and marketing platform was also provided by the university, by the government agencies. So in this way, traders were earning this the rupees 20-25 per kg. So what our aim was, just maximize the share in this 20 to 25 kg, maximize the share of farmers. What KVK's intervention was, first we formed the self-help group. This is also namely Surya Swayam Sahayata Samuh as per the wish of farmers. And we advised the farmers not to sell raw rice, unmilled rice. And administration facilitated the tribal group of farmers for milling, packaging and marketing in small 5 kg packets. Packaging with Changro Jiraful rice as brand name as per their will, since no chemical fertilizer and pesticide is being used by the farmers, this rice contains aroma and good marketing potential. In fact, as I am telling it, that the no chemical fertilizer was applied in this variety. This is a tall variety. If urea or imbalanced fertilization is done, then losing may happen. So because of this fear, farmers, although farmers, they are not capable, they don't have they did not have awareness, and so it was not applied in this Jiraful variety. In the photograph, this is the vice chancellor. We provided the bag closure machine to the farming group. We just after meeting them, formation of SSG was done. So how the technology, how the work was done? We had given platform for marketing in National Kisan Mela. It was done in 2014. In fact, the farmers, they are the farmers. They came from that remote district, that remote village, and Surya Swasahayata Samuh, they were provided a platform in national level Kisan Mela, where more than approximately 1 lakh farmers are total participants visited this platform. And so after providing the platform, it was astonishing for the farmers also when the response, that scented rice variety, I think 8 to 10 quintals they brought for sale. So that 10 quintals was sold within half an hour. And looking so much demand, farmers were encouraged, and they that revolution started, entrepreneurial revolution we can say. So we developed linkages for marketing, increasing participation of farmers and attitude towards this valuable Jiraful. There is a huge demand for this organic rice from many consumers across the state, country and traders. So, and just for promotion of this scented rice variety, integrated efforts were done by the university, by the Krishi Vigyan Kendra, by the district administration, and the chief secretary of the state visited to witness the aroma of that job, that work, and that scented rice. And the institutes involved in this dissemination process were KVK, Balrampur, and district administration. And when, as you see, feel that when one good thing starts, then several other good things they come ahead. So, like in this way, district administration provided solar lighting in the village. However, earlier there were no light. Concrete irrigation channels were made, construction of bridge on that one river. So other works were also being done. when Chief Secretary of the state visited, Additional Chief Secretary of the state visited, and they shared experiences of self-help group and encouraged the farmers. They purchased the attractive scented rice packets by providing the money from the farmers itself. What were the success points? In fact, self-help group is working in profit and moving in forward or right direction. At present, self-help groups have sold more than 1,250 quintals rice. In fact, this is in a year, and they earn additional income gained more than rupees 15 lakh. So farmers are getting direct additional profit of rupees 25 to 30 kg per hectare, rupees 25 to 30 per kg of rice. Area under traditional scented Jeera Phool is in increasing trend, and they started from 1 in 2013. Now 9 self-help groups are working in production and marketing of this Changro Jeera Phool rice. The Chief Minister of the state, they visited, he encouraged the farming group, and again they were appreciated in several forums in Delhi also. And another which is very important thing happened in the Kerala Global Agro Meet. This Changro Jeera Phool rice, it was displayed by me when I was heading that KVK, and then the trader Ozone Consultants from Dubai, they ordered the 10 tons immediately at the rate of rupees 200 per kg, and they offered the MOU. But they wanted that since 9 self-help groups are working in the scented rice, which has a good quality, good aroma, so the government agency should come ahead, and they wanted the tripod agreement, tripod MOU. So because of the international market, as I was told by the trader, that 3 things are necessary for international business: quantity, quality, and continuity. So they wanted that the farmers, how they can be assured that the continuity, quality, and quantity could be maintained. So, but yield increased from when the efforts were started, this community farming. So yield increased from 15 to 21 quintal by the improved package, and from very effective organization of tribal farmers. They gathered for this common economic advantage. More demand and short supply of rice, size of SSG increasing gradually, and cultivated area increased from this up to 10,000 hectare approximately in the district. Demand of rice is coming from whole Chhattisgarh and elsewhere to sell all produce at attractive price. Now it is being sold at the rate of rupees 70 per kg in the market of this Chhattisgarh, in Maharashtra, in Delhi also. 8 more self-help groups have come forward for production of Jeera Phool rice in the guidance of KVK. This is in the market. What economics of Changro Jeera Phool rice production, as I told, that the rupees 16,000 per hectare. This is the production cost of cost of cultivation, and the production cost of Jeera Phool is rupees 30 per kg. Jeera Phool rice after milling and packaging, etc. Jeera Phool selling price is this 70, and net profit was rupees 32 per kg, and farmers are harvesting, are getting good profit. What are the gains? In fact, by this way, by this practice, the yield increased from 15 to 21 quintals. Farmers are selling at the rate of rupees 70 per kg. And I think you would be aware of dheki. Dheki is the indigenous instrument of milling of rice, and it is being done. And some farmers, some traders, they offered the farmers, the Jeera Phool growing farmers, to purchase the dheki rice, which is having good aileron layer, and superficially it looks not very attractive, but having good aroma, having good nutritive quality, low glycemic index. So they offer to purchase dheki rice at the rate of rupees 200 per kg from the farming community, and they started doing so. This is the that publicity. Chief Secretary visits the land of Pierce and Jeera Phool rice, Jeera Phool ki Mahanagaro tak. By this way, they offered a good good. They were offered a good business, and they earned a good profit. Future strategy: the farmers of FPO, with the help of government and that KVK, this is in process. Formation of Federation of Jeera Full Rice Growers of the whole 3 districts of Chhattisgarh, Northern Hill Zone, Balrampur, Sarguja, and Surajpur. Because there are small self-help groups, since the area of this rice is spread over in northern part of Chhattisgarh, so small self-help groups, they are advised, they are just encouraged to promote a federation of centered rice growers to have the production in bulk and profit also. These are some recognitions to that self-help groups. Now another story is of marigold. Marigold is the crop to prosperity in tribal districts of Chhattisgarh. Surajpur is also a district in northern hills of Chhattisgarh. So this is a tribal district where most of the farmers cultivate traditional crops. One farmer, Mr. Govind Biswas, a marginal farmer of village Rabindranagar, he used to cultivate vegetables, particularly cole crops, for his livelihood, and got several awards and recognition for wonderful production of that, even cole crops. However, he faced severe marketing problem in selling his cabbage in the year 2010. The story started then. So due to low selling price at the rate of rupees 50 paise per kg, I think this is the case in across the country, that in the month of this November, December, or January, February, the rate of these cole crops, it becomes very low, and sometimes in the month of February the price of tomato, it goes very low at the rate of rupees 50 paise per kg also here. So he had to leave this crop, his crop, unharvested in the field. Farmers, because of low selling price, farmers at the rate of rupees 50 means 50 paise per kg. So he had to leave his crop unharvested in the field, because there is no profit in even harvesting. So that Govind Biswas, when he came to consult with IGKV scientists at KVK Ambikapur, the scientists advised him for switching over the crop. In fact, what entrepreneurship means, that try to do something differently, some innovative thing, not different way also in different thing, which others won't do. So he came to consult with the scientists at KVK, and scientists advised him for the cultivation of marigold. He started marigold cultivation in a very small scale with fear, but with it was found it to be very remunerative. This encouraged him to switch over to marigold cultivation. It was the turning point in farming of the area. In the year 2014, IGKV Raipur started Farmers Participatory Research Project, involving innovative farmers as co-PI in the research. How the marigold farming can be made more profitable, can be made more technically profitable. So the efforts were started with the active involvement of the farmer, growing farmer. So transformation happened when Mr. Biswas was identified as a key farmer for marigold cultivation by IGKV Raipur and nominated as farmer co-PI of a unique farmer-centric marigold project entitled Evaluation of Marigold Flowers for Year-Round Production through Improved Varieties and Amendments in Garlanding. Regular diagnostic visits as well as follow-up visits were carried out for mobilization of farmers to participate in the activity of marigold cultivation. But some constraints identified. Farmers were having the problem of planting material. Rooted cuttings were brought from Kolkata at the rate of ₹1 per cutting, resulting almost 30% mortality in transportation. Farmers have been receiving poor price due to scattered marketing and sale in only local market, resulting less income. So lack of skill of preparing rooted cuttings from marigold plants, and thus was dependent on the suppliers of nearby states for quality planting materials, and was forced to buy rooted cuttings at higher cost. The intervention by IGKB with convergence to state horticulture department. So training was delivered by scientists on production of marigold rooted cuttings from mother plants. This enabled farmer to start production of his own planting material. The cuttings are prepared in all the 3 seasons by the farmer, looking to the demand round the year of this marigold, thus ending dependency of going to Kolkata each season for procuring a planting material, saving their time and money. They now provide the cutting to fellow farmers also, even entire state. With the help of scientist Mr. Govind Viswas, that key farmer, he has started training to farmers of other districts interested in production and selling of rooted cuttings also. Proper skill development means agro techniques, proper nutrient and water management through drip technology, it was provided by the KVKs, and scheduling of proper plant protection also. These some needles, this rope, critical inputs like tub, proper needles and ropes, they were also provided to self-help group by the university for drudgery reduction and quality garland making. 4 self-help groups, each with 20 members from 7 adjoining villages, made for proper production and marketing of produce. Ma Kali, Pilkha Pushpotpadan, Jai Ma Durga and Mahamaya self-help groups. As it is visible in the slide, these are the needles, and the farmer, they jointly they are busy in the garland making. So channelizing the market chain for maximizing benefits. One FPO was formed in the name of Pilkha Agro Producer Company. Expansion of market for timely flower consumption and higher profits was still a problem, as only small farmer market existed in that Surajpur and nearby Ambikapur district. For this, farmer group has requested from the authorities and the political leaders and the honorable minister to provide them that a van with freezing facility for transporting their produce to Bhubaneswar, Kolkata, Prayagraj or Banaras, nearby big markets. For this, the possibilities for trading of marigolds at the Raipur flower market were explored. Marketing was channelized with the help of all the market stakeholders, of its transporters, wholesalers, retailers. Now the marigold flowers from that district, Surajpur district, are being sold at Raipur market, and future planning is to sell them at Nagpur and Varanasi also. This is local market. This is the possibilities of marigold consumption at Raipur also. Now, what remarkable outcomes with that community farming? What I am willing to highlight is that Mr. Viswas, director of his FPO, that farmer producer company, pioneering in the cultivation of marigold, encouraged other farmers, and gradually cultivation of marigold is getting momentum in Surajpur district. Now Rabindranagar and adjoining villages have got recognition as marigold village, and the cultivation has gone to more than 100 hectares. Mr. Viswas is earning more than 10 lakh from marigold cultivation. Mr. Govind Viswas is having 3 acres of land, only 3 acres of upland, which is not very fertile land. So he is earning more than 10 lakh from that piece of land. He has also got training in propagation and multiplication of seedlings by cutting. He is earning more than 5 lakhs from selling of marigold seedlings only. His FPO is fetching handsome income from marigold cultivation and sale of plants, saplings and flowers and garlands also. Farmers prepare marigold garlands manually, which takes a lot of time. Efforts are being made to provide them garland making machine for time saving and drudgery reduction. In fact, efforts are still, farmers are continuously demanding that a garland making machine, if they receive that garland making machine, it would save a week so much time for timely supply of this garland making. Farmers still face marketing problem. There is a need of refrigerated van for safe transportation of marigold flowers and garlands to the big cities. This is the visit of distinguished dignitaries, and this promoted the marketing prospects for the farmers. So, and this is the media, किसानों की मेहनत ने बनाई फूलों की बगिया, and farmers are happy.
These are the appreciation and awards to that marigold farmers. And this is also Bhuiya ke Bhagwan like award. They were awarded to that. He is the key person and director of that. His FPO earlier diversified himself completely from the whole crop, means cabbage farmer, to this marigold farmers, and earning now it is more than 10 lakhs per annum. And another story is that Changro pears. Pear, as I think you would be aware, that this is a semi-temperate crop, also temperate as well as semi-temperate crop. It is being grown in Ludhiana also, nearby in Punjab. Although otherwise this is the hill crop. And in Chhattisgarh, the height from mean sea level, it is more than 750 to 1100 meters. So in that area, this pear is being grown, and it has been grown for long, more than approximately more than 50 years. Earlier, when king or somebody else, that they brought a twig and they started cultivation. What problem was there? Pear farming became a source of income for the area. Earlier, in fact, farmers were selling the pear fruits when they were scattered production, and they were not organized to sell also. So abundant pear fruit plants in different villages of these two blocks, in even northern hills of Chhattisgarh, Shankargarh and Kusmi blocks. Nearest market is Ambikapur, which is 70 to 100 kilometers away from the area. No proper fertilization, training, pruning, irrigation and marketing practices was being applied. Low and unmarketable yield, less fruiting, poor income due to low selling price, rough surfaced pear fruits causing low price. Pear fruits were sold at the rate of rupees 7 per kg. However, the same fruit is being sold at Raipur or in big cities at the rate of rupees 60 to 70 per kg. However, from the farmer's doorstep, it was purchased at the rate of rupees 7 per kg by the middlemen, by the traders. So, however, climate of different parts or hills of northern hills is suitable for semi-temperate varieties of pear, since height is more than 750 meters from MSL, which offers a vast scope. So it was the reality. What strategy that KVK or a university or the administration adopted? Firstly, transfer of scientific skill to growers of the region. Secondly, formation of self-help group. What community farming, I am repeatedly telling, is that formation of self-help groups for production in bulk, for scientific production and collective marketing of pear fruits. These proved the turning points for the income generation of farmers. Proper fertilization, training, pruning practices, and value addition resulted into good growth of plant canopy, profuse flowering and fruiting, high yield, high value marketable fruit yield also. Intervention, what intervention KVK made? The celebration of Pears Day to promote the marketing potential, to promote the yield, fruit quality. Celebration of Pears Day in the presence of district magistrates and the public representatives. Competitions among pear growers and giving the prize to best pear fruit producing farmer to encourage the quality pear production among the farmers. What other activities during the Pears Day, farmer scientist interaction? It was organized to get the feedback and learn the constraints faced by the farmers. Besides large scale plantation of pear, scientists deliver the training on pear to make the farmers aware about the suitable climate of the region and prospects of fetching higher returns from pear cultivation. This year on thousands pear plants were planted. 1,000 pear plants were planted in the chairmanship of the district collector. Quality enhancement and market linkage was established, that fruit quality increased by scientific management practices. Marketing channel developed for selling of pear fruits from their doorsteps. These efforts resulted high income to the pear farmers. Now the pear fruits from those villages, from the pear growing villages of Sarguja and Balrampur districts of Chhattisgarh, even buyers, they purchase at the rate of rupees 15 to 20 from the doorstep of the farmers. This is the quality of fruit. So more than 10,000 pear saplings were planted in the different clusters, and the responsibility to look after the plants given to pear growing SSGs. In fact, with this small effort of the Krishi Vigyan Kendra Balrampur, it has come in the forefront and in the priority area of government department of horticulture and the collectors to just to facilitate, to encourage the farmers for quality pear production. They came to know with the efforts of that KVK and farmers that there is vast potential of pear production in Chhattisgarh. So this area pear fruits were sold at the rate of rupees 16 to 20 per kg, and more than 2 lakhs by selling pear fruits was earned by the farmers of a single village, Changro. It leads to more income and employment generation. These traders, they go in the season and buy the fruits from that village. This way, Changro Nashpati अब बनेगा बलरामपुर जिले का brand. The integrated efforts were made to promote this the production and the income generation, entrepreneurship development by production of this Changro pear. So thank you so much. These three were the entrepreneurship development examples, case studies. Thank you so much.
Do you have any questions for this session? Please ask.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, yes, I have one question.
Yeah, madam.
How we develop the marketing linkage for selling out the product?
Yes, madam. In fact, in this case study, in fact, the marketing platform was provided by the university to them earlier, initiation. In state level Kisan Mela, national Kisan Mela, in district level Kisan Mela, in field days where gatherings are there. So farmers, when in the farmer groups, self-help groups, they were provided the platform, they were provided the space. It was in start, but later on there is a permanent platform, permanent counter in the district headquarters also. However, here in the university in the Chhattisgarh, in Raipur, there is a sale counter. University has provided the self-help groups to the farmers, particularly tribal farming groups, to sell their produce free of cost. There is no rent from the shop here in the Raipur, and in the district headquarters, district administration provided them the link. It was start, but later on, traders purchase from their doorsteps, or they can be provided some of the farmers they have started by selling the produce from their own shops in nearby markets.
But sir, when the product are perishable,
Yeah.
then transportation create the problem, no?
In fact, madam, madam, in case of scented rice, this is not perishable. However, in case of this pear, this is also not highly perishable. It remains a week or 7 to 10 days. So there is no problem in the transportation. Later efforts are being made to provide them a refrigerated van from the LWE or some other heads to the self-help groups. Efforts are being made.
Thank you so much, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
My name is. Thank you for the wonderful presentation. It was very informative. So my question revolves around a concept that whether are there business opportunities in creating that market as a middleman, as in if I want to create a business of my own, being the middleman for the farmers and taking their products out in the direct market. Would that be profitable in some sense? Do you think? Do you agree? Just wanted thoughts.
In fact, it may be. There is a scope. But in the business, you will have to just provide the facilities to farmers also. Because in my view, farmers' welfare is first. But as a middleman, there is vast scope for your own welfare and for the welfare of farmers also. Just profit, it would be profit sharing, because in the state of Chhattisgarh, farmers are not so reliant that they in most of the farmers in tribal remote areas,
So there is a scope, but looking to the interest of farmers also.
Sure, sir. Got your point. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Majid.
Any other questions, please? So there was one question in chat, I guess.
Yeah.
Just a second, let me go through the chat, and there was one question from the chat. What was the germination percentage of marigold?
Yeah. In fact, marigold germination percent, it was 70%, 60 to 70%, and the farmers, they produce the saplings by rooted slips or cuttings. So it was important if the initially the germination percent is less. This is germination is problem in with the marigold, but from the slips, from the cuttings, it is being propagated, and it is very easy. And the farmer of that area, I was telling about, so they are skilled.
One more question is in the chat. I think it's about some legislation. What is the collective farming as this discussed under new farmer bill, and also about contract farming?
Yeah, yeah. So contract farming is now, this is earlier it was not regulated, or it was not officially permitted, but now it is. And the collective farming, about collective farming, this is the farming in group, facilitating the production in bulk, facilitating the purchase of input in bulk, and offering the in case of purchasing, offering the cheaper rates of inputs, and in case of selling, the higher side.
Any other question? I think we are nearing about our time for allotted for this session. Is there any further question?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, I am listening.
Regarding the plant, my question is regarding the plant protection aspect.
Yeah.
Generally, it is actually succulent crop, and initially, if in seedling stage, if any disease or pest, is there any disease or pest which attacks heavily, or how it is controlled?
In case of pear, in pear, no pest was observed. No pest was observed here. No pest problem was observed here in case of pear in semi-temperate climate.
Okay.
And in case of marigold, it was they were having the diseases, and but it was addressed with the help of scientists in the KVK. Yeah.
Any other question?
Okay.
Any other question? I think there's a question in chat. Organic product marketing. How can we market? How can we do marketing of basically organic products?
Yeah. In fact, at start there is so much scope of this organic product marketing. So right now producers they don't face the marketing problem of organic product, and at Raipur or in nearby cities, it may have the organic counters also. Even in Raipur, there are 4 shops, big shops. They purchase the organic products from the entire state, and they sell. There is big queue. If I want to have organic rice, then I will have to wait for at minimum 7 to 10 days. So there is no marketing problem for organic products. If they are properly produced, they have quality. then there is no issue.
What is
Another-
the
Yes.
per acre? Let me read it. Per acre production cost of marigold cultivation, and what will be the producer share in market price?
Yeah. In fact, per acre production cost round the year. In fact, I think if farmers harvest the flowers till for 8 to 9 months, once one planted crop, 8 months to 9 months, and the production cost is approximately 1 lakh, 1 lakh per acre. In the management, marketing, garland making, production like that. But the margin is that 2 lakhs, means 3 lakhs per acre is the gross income of the farmers by marigold farming in this way. And the variety was Santoshi, grafted, and the seed was earlier brought from Kolkata, but later on it was propagated through cuttings and cultivated in large area, and farmers are fetching good returns.
There is one more question: how to register the organic product?
Yeah, there are so many agencies. Like in Chhattisgarh, he has a CG certification agency, CG Cert. So, firstly, if you go for organic production of any crop, then you will have to apply for the registration with that agency. Then the inspectors from that agency will visit timely, will visit your field, and they will provide the certificate. However, for facilitating or for making easier the process, the PGS, Participatory Guarantee Scheme, was launched by the government a few years back. And PGS, it is very easy. After one season, you will have organic certificate, and with that certificate, you can sell your produce as organic products.
There are few more questions.
Sure.
I think we'll take the two of them together and we'll close this. How many refrigerator vans are available, and the time of marketing it will be available for farmers?
In fact, it is up to the government schemes, and the FPO, I think the FPO I was telling about, they are willing to purchase with them also, with themselves by their own expenses, if government is not helping them. So a refrigerator, as per the production, if the production, I think it is more than 50 acres, then there are 3-4 refrigerated vans, and looking to the market also, nearby markets, that how much is the marketable surplus produce with the farmers. So, and how much is the distance of markets, like Varanasi and Allahabad, Prayagraj earlier it was, and either here Bhubaneswar and Raipur, there are the big markets for my FPO, and they demand for 2-3 minimum refrigerated vans. As in the area is approximately 100 acres, sir.
One more question is there: is it possible to grow marigold and natural farming?
In
And
fact, there
is one more regarding the refrigeration or seed product. There is one more for seed production.
Yeah.
So during seed production, is there any isolation distance required?
In fact, seed production, this seed production isolation distance in case of marigold, I am not sure, in fact, that there is much isolation distance in seed, because this is not a cross-pollinated crop. In these varieties, particularly, they are, and in case of this, what another question, sir?
Another question was: is it possible to grow marigold under natural farming method?
Yeah, not profitably. What I understand is that it would not be economically viable in case of natural farming, which requires heavy nutrients.
There is last question which I am going to take from Pandit Wagmare. The question is, sir, how we go for organic farming in double income schemes nowadays?
Yeah. In fact,
as per the land and resource situation, agroclimatic situation, there should be a planning, a sound planning for double cropping, and integrated farming system is the right way. So what can be done? It would be situation based, but it can be done, because in Chhattisgarh, in district Kanker, and in some Bastar Plateau, in Dantewada or somewhere, we have been doing these practices organically, that dairy, piggery, goatry, so, and this vegetable farming, so it can be done.
Okay, I think that is it. We'll call it a day, and would like to thank you on behalf of the organizers and on behalf of NADCL. Thank you very much, sir. It was, despite the initial hiccup, it was such a nice interaction and such a wonderful presentation. And it's always a pleasure talking to you, sir. Thank you, sir. It was so much wonderful a presentation. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We may all leave and join back tomorrow at 11 a.m. I think tomorrow it's going to be assignment, which will be discussed in the group, and those assignments need to be submitted by, there would be also a deadline given for the assignments also. So I think there would be communication on behalf of our organizing team in the WhatsApp group regarding the assignments. There would be an assignment given to you all, and that needs to be submitted to an email within a stipulated time period. Thank you. I wish you best of luck for the assignment, and let's join back on Monday. Thank you, everyone.